Soaring Pidgeot presents.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Soaring Pidgeot here for the Ninja Charmander. In today's video, we will be doing Pokemon What's What, the Pokemon Fact of the Day, Pidgeot Edition. So without further ado, let's fire it up. The Ninja Charmander! So guys, I'm a big fan of all the Pokemon games, and I just kind of wanted to talk about some of the things that, you can find about Pidgeot in some of the games, and like some of the advantages that it has, kind of stats, that kind of stuff, just because of, that's kind of what I'm about, not necessarily the actual, like card games, stuffed animals, that kind of stuff. I'm more about the video games and kind of the impact it's had on society and all that stuff, because I was a big Pokemon player when I was looking. So, Pidgeot is number 018 in the National Pokedex as of now. As you guys know, in the past they have changed some of the numbers around, between the first and second generations. But as of right now, it's number 18. It does have a Mega Evolution, Mega Pidgeot. It's a normal and flying type, so that gives it advantages against fighting types. It also gives it advantages against ground types, because ground type moves can't hit flying type Pokemon. Some of its abilities include Keen Eye or Tangled Feet or Big Pecs. Okay, that's its hidden ability, and then its Mega Pidgeot ability is No Guard. Okay, out of your catching rates, 50% are male, 50% female. Its catch rate is 45, so 5.9%. Its egg group is the flying egg group, and it takes about 4,080 steps to 4,334 steps to hatch within the games. Now, here's what I found most interesting about Pidgeot versus like evolutions versus all that kind of stuff. When it holds Pidgeotite, it turns into Mega Pidgeot. Obviously, right? That's the new kind of thing they've introduced within the last generation or so. But it almost doubles in size, which I found was really interesting. So, ordinary Pidgeot goes from 4'11", which happens to be about 2/3 of my height, and 1.5 meters. That's the equivalency to 7 feet 3 inches and 2.2 meters. So it almost doubles in size, which is pretty cool, right? So that means that Mega Pidgeot is massive, right? And if you guys can see from the picture that I'm going to put in here, like there's a lot of like extra stuff here with that, like that tail, head crest weird thing, So yeah, I thought that was really interesting about how much bigger it gets and how much more it weighs. It weighs about, I'm going to say 25, 30 pounds more when it's Mega Pidgeot as opposed to regular Pidgeot. Now, like I said before, the regional numbers have changed over the course of time, like, between different regions and stuff. So, like I said before, for National Pokedex, the regional numbers based on each individual Pokedex. So in Kanto, it was number 18, as it is now. In Johto, it was number 12. In Hoenn, it was number 220. And in Central, so Kalos, so the one that they use most often now, it was number 19. Okay? I'm going to skip IVs and stuff, because if you guys really want to, look at that kind of stuff, you can go online and find it. I don't really find it that interesting. I don't really like, the mechanics behind a Pokemon, as complicated and interesting as they are, it's not really for me. So, yeah. Now, Pidgeot has some pretty interesting Pokedex entries in here. It seems like it is a flying Pokemon, and it seems like it could be most closely resembled in real life as most closely represented, I guess, in real life as a hawk. So it seems actually kind of dangerous. So the red and blue Pokedex entry states, when hunting, it skims the surface of water at high speed to pick off unwary prey such as Magikarp. And we know that Magikarp is kind of the representative of fish, like in our world, like kind of in general, carp. Just because it's been shown, like in the TV show and sometimes in the video games and stuff, in like various occurrences. I don't have any evidence to prove this, but I have seen videos and clips and stuff that people do eat Pokemon. They eat Magikarp. So Pokemon can be kind of dark sometimes. And if you think about this, this isn't just Pokemon attacking other Pokemon in competition like they do in Trainers Battle. This is Pidgeot going and hunting and killing Magikarp, right? So, yeah, the Pokemon Yellow entry states that this Pokemon flies at Mach 2 speed, seeking prey. Its large talons are feared as wicked weapons. So these things are dangerous. They're massively deadly, right? So they're probably the modern day equivalent of, or well, not modern day, the real life equivalent of like a hawk or perhaps like an eagle, bald eagle, that kind of stuff, right? A lot of the entries on here, like gold, what other entries? Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. They talk a lot about the gusts that it's capable of, drawing up with its massive wingspan and stuff. So, Generation 4, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum state that by flapping its wings with all its might, Pidgeot can make a gust of wind capable of bending tall trees. So, that's crazy. That's a lot from one bird. And if you think about it, this thing's only 4 feet tall. So you want to take a modern day door frame, which is about, I want to say 7 feet, and about half that. And that's about how tall a Pidgeot is. So if you think about that, that's a big bird. That's like bigger than a dog. So it's understandable, but at the same time, that's nuts. And you can also understand that how much bigger it gets when it becomes Mega Pidgeot. How big did I say it was? It's 7 feet. So I'm 6 feet tall. I'm a tall guy, It's pretty tall, and 7 feet is a lot. That's pretty massive. So that's a little frightening. Even though he's still my favorite Pokemon, just because of the power he brings, right? Yeah. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Remember, if you like this video, make sure you hammer on that like button, subscribe to become a Flaming Apprentice, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!
Pikachu!